Hello, in this video, we will be illustrating how our Power Automate workflow works. This workflow essentially automates the PBC process for the audit team and track the status of items. First, we'll configure the automation. This is the Excel file we'll be working with. Ensure this is safe on OneDrive, and the table includes documents, contact email, assignee, status columns. In the contact email column, enter the email address of each assignee. In this video, we'll use our own email address under the contact email column as an example. We will also be adding a column called Verify to the given data as a compliance check for the audit team, which is to make sure the RPA logic handling the PBC is addressing all items properly within the spreadsheet. By doing that, select the entire data and make it to a table by going into Insert, Table in top left.
Before importing a zip file into Microsoft Power Automate, make sure you have access to Power Automate, the zip file saved locally, and that you're logged into your Microsoft 365 work or school account with the appropriate access to Excel, OneDrive, and Outlook. Once logged in, navigate to the left-hand menu and click on My Flows, where you can manage all your imported and exported flows. At the top of the page, click the drop-down arrow next to the Import button and select Import Package Legacy from the list. After uploading the zip file, Power Automate will scan the flow and display a list of required connections under the Related Resources section. For each connection listed, click Select during import. Then click on the displayed email address and choose Save to configure the connection. In the Flow Settings section, click Update, and under the Setup section, select Create as New from the drop-down menu. Enter a name for your flow in the Resource Name field, and click Save. Once all required resources and connections have been configured, click the Import button at the bottom of the page. If everything has been set up correctly, green check marks will appear next to each connection and resource. Finally, click Open Flow to begin editing the imported flow.
Before making edits to the flow, we have to turn the flow on to make sure it works. To do so, we press the back button, and from there, we click on the flow checker at the top right corner of the screen. Under Warnings, we turn the flow on. Now we can go ahead and edit the flow. This automation process helps the audit team track PBC items more efficiently. After we open the edit mode, we can start to connect the flow to your own PBC spreadsheet. Start by locating the Excel-related actions, such as list rows present in a table and update a row. Click on each action to expand it, and you will see the file path and the table name used in the original file. To connect your own file, first remove the existing entry under Document Library and select OneDrive from the dropdown. Then click the folder icon next to the File field and select your own Excel file stored in OneDrive. Once the file is selected, the Power Automate will display the available tables. Choose the appropriate table name from the table dropdown. Repeat this instruction for all Excel-related actions.
Once the workflow is manually triggered by the manager or audit senior, it will read through each row of the given Excel file and take appropriate action. This is determined by the following conditions. If the status is outstanding, the first condition will be triggered and an email will be automatically sent to the given contact to fulfill the pending item. It will also update the column to email sent. However, if it is not outstanding, the second condition in the workflow will dictate that if the status is completed or under review, it will be updated as verified in the added column of the Excel. This will indicate that no escalating action has been taken and no email has been sent. If the status is listed as anything other than these three options, it will be flagged as error, indicating to the audit senior that the workflow has faced an issue such as a spelling error.
If you want to change the contact email, simply update the email in the contact email column of the Excel file. This flow will automatically use the email address the next time it runs. Now, to run the flow, you want to navigate to the automation, and inside the solution, under you want to press test, manually, save and test. Make sure that your OneDrive is linked and press continue and run flow. Now, in real time, we will see as a completeness check the statuses being verified and processed correctly. The verified any status with the status called outstanding will have the verified as email sent, and completed and under review will have verified. Any status not having outstanding, completed, or under review will have an error. This can identify any spelling mistakes or unknown values in the status column. Now, an example of an email, let's go with Sally Frank. This email shows the document which is in regard to reconciliations for all prepaid accounts, and in the Excel we can see Sally Frank reconciliations for all prepaid accounts says an email sent. That concludes our presentation of our automation. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy testing our automation.